What's up, everybody? Last night was my third day trading my $50,000 FTMO challenge retake. It really could and should have been a $500 to $1,000 day, but I made a couple of mistakes. I did end up with a $159 profit anyway. So I'm not mad at it. Definitely ended the week on a good note. I can never be mad at a profit, no matter how big or small. I did have a little mistake, a little lapse in judgment, and for sure broke my trading plan rules on day one. As you can see here, I was moving my stops very recklessly that day, and I believe moved one of my stops to around 10%. I believe on that second trade. So without that loss, I would actually be at around plus 700 on the account overall. Instead, I'm at around minus 300. Definitely something to think about there. If you apply your trading plan rules on days where you made mistakes, you can easily see why you created those rules within the plan in the first place. But I'm still doing really well. My win rate is above 50%, getting closer to 60% now. I try to stay at around 60% to 80% and getting 3% reward on most of my trades. This is a great spot to be in. I'm using my compounding strategy on this one though. So basically it takes 3 trades in a row to get through the challenge requirements. After another win, I'll be back at 0 and I can start the compounding cycle from there. I ended up taking 4 trades last night. Let's go ahead and take a look at those. All right, so the first 2 that I took were on the EGBP. So the start of the session down here on the hourly chart was right here. It was a really good case to be made for going up or down, really. I believe I went long the first time, and that was just because price had moved up so quickly here. I really should have just probably went with a buy stop order instead. But looking at the 4-hour and daily chart, you could see that it still definitely had room to come down. And so after I had lost that first long trade, I ended up trying to go short, and I did that, I believe, somewhere in here. It just wasn't a very good trade. It was just kind of reckless, and you know, it did end up working out later, but where it was at this point, it wasn't ready to go short. So there was really no reason for me to have entered that trade in the first place, or even the first one. Those are both pretty bad trades. So I ended up losing $400 for no reason. I ended up over risking, so it was only supposed to be $100 risk, and I risked $200 instead. So yeah, just really bad mistakes. But you know, so if you think about it, had I not taken those 2 trades, I would be up another $400. If you look at it that way. But you know, live and learn. And my second trade was on the UCAD. It's actually still on there. So that was this trade here. So it did take a while to go through, but it did finally go through. What time is that? At 5:15 in the morning, and I started the trade at 1 o'clock. Yeah, so 4 hours for that one to go through, but it went through and then some. So I was definitely right there. And then the other trade that I took was on the Euro USD, so that's this one here. You can see down on the hourly chart, it was a really mild pullback to the 8 EMA over there, and it went up from there. Let's see. And oh yeah, so I did take profit early. I believe I took profit like right in here. So I wasn't able to get the full $500 that I wanted, but at least I didn't have a loss on that one. If I'd have had a loss on that one, it would have been a red day. Not a very bad red day, but a red day nonetheless. So I'm glad I was able to avoid that. And just want to point out the yens were all going up in the same direction, but there wasn't a really good pullback entry for it. But they did all go in the same direction. That means that's really the only time that I trade the yen pairs anyway. So just something to note. And the AUD and ZD just kind of chopped around. So overall, I took mostly the right trades. I just shouldn't have taken some of those trades, actually. I'd have been better off with just the 2. Let's see, had I done that, I think I would have had like a $500 profit. So that would have been a much better day. I'm in great spirits as far as trading this challenge. You all know I completely quit smoking cigarettes a couple years back, and then I turned to vaping instead. I ended up quitting that too. I felt like it was messing with my impulse control. I could always reach out for the vape and get that quick jolt of feeling. I find out now that it's not even a good feeling, but it makes people feel something at will. It's a very unhealthy behavior. Basically, it teaches your mind that pleasure or a course altering action is just a reach away or just a click away. I had to retrain myself in order to gain more patience. Great things always take time. Feeling good comes behind hard work and effort. It should never be as easy as a nicotine vape hit. I actually tried a cigarette last weekend just to see what it was like again. I was completely thrown off by it. Honestly, I couldn't believe that I smoked those for all those years. So getting rid of that habit alone has not only taken my trading, but just my entire life to a new and better level. So I highly recommend that. I am determined to get this challenge done this time. No mistakes, no blowouts, just good professional trading. So go ahead and hit the like button if you're enjoying the streams, the recaps, the channel overall. I do appreciate all of the support. I always say I never even imagined me ever doing this, so I'm glad that people are tuning in. So I'll be back on here. Well, I'm not sure if Juneteenth is big enough to disrupt the market. I'll have to do a little research. I can't remember if I traded last year's Juneteenth, but if I'll be on for that, that would be on Sunday night. If not, then I'll see you guys on Monday night instead. You know, I don't trade holidays. So that's 11:30 Pacific time as usual. Remember to always trade responsibly, enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you guys later.